ask you this: at 10 years old, what made you feel like I gotta sell this shit to make some money? Cause my son is 10 right now, so that's why I'm looking at my son and I'm picturing you like at 10 years old. What made you feel like shit? I gotta go out here and hustle.
I mean, at 10 years old, it was like this. Like I said, I was raised by my grandmother. You know what I'm talking about? Boom. It was a time, you know what I mean, everybody, you know what I'm saying, all the males or my uncles was gone. Either they was in the pen or they was gone to school. I had another uncle went to college, you know what I mean? So I was out there, you know what I mean? I was out in the streets. And we always been street kids, you know what I'm talking about? I always been a street kid from a baby, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, since a baby, I ran the streets. I mean, like literally, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I was raised by
outside.
Yeah, it's like 7 of us in one house, you know what I mean? With just my grandmama. So when she say, y'all go outside, we go outside. You know what I mean? We different age groups from shit. We always been in the streets. My auntie watched me, my uncles watched me, my cousins watched me, or different things like that. And at 10, I was the same way. I was roaming the street. I mean, we was in apartments. This was a different age than it is now. You know what I'm talking about? Now y'all kids are staying in the house playing video games and shit like that. At that age back then, we was all outside. We was still playing nigga knock. And you know what I'm talking about? Square business and cops and robbers and different shit like that, chunking rocks. We just running the streets, just street kids. So at 10, my peers were 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Some was 15, and they big brothers might have been 17, 18. And, you know, at that time, if you was 13 on the block, shit, you was selling some dope. I mean, not saying every 13-year-old sold dope right then, but
it was accessible for 13-year-olds.
I mean, we walked through, our apartments was rolling. Our apartments was constantly rolling with dope fiends. You knew what the fuck was going down off the rip. When I moved, I mean, the whole apartment just how rolling day in, day night. From entrance come through, dope fiends, niggas running the cars, pitching dope in cars. My partner, 13, this nigga rolling like a motherfucker. He got a motherfucking box Chevy, you know what I'm talking about,
at
rings.
13.
At 13, nigga, mouth full of golds, and you know what I'm talking about, doing his damn thing. So for us, that was something to look up to. So when I sold my first rock, it was like this. I already had a plot. I mean, I always wanted to make money. Like, even before I moved over to the neighborhood that I moved over into, where I fell into doing what I was doing. I always was a street nigga. I was always a street kid, and I always wanted to make money. So in my old apartments, in my old neighborhood, I would wash cars. You know what I'm talking about? But, you know, niggas didn't have soap and water to wash the whole car, so I go knock on people's door and tell them I wash their tires or wash their rims. If I see you got nice rims or some shit like that, and people would give me money. I had a pocket full of money. I always had money. When I was a young boy, I had money from labor, though, not from, you know what I mean? I did my little stealing shit, too. You know what I'm talking about? But I would, so when I got over there, the thought to me to make money was always there, because my granny didn't give us no money like that. You know what I mean? She fed us. You know what I mean? The house was full of kids. She ain't got time, or she didn't have enough money. You know what I mean? She worked hard. You know what I'm talking about? She didn't have the shit to give us. You know what I mean? We got our clothes from hand-me-downs, what my uncle wore, what my cousins couldn't wear and shit like that. That's what we were. You know what I'm talking about? We had clothes, pantries and shit like that, food closets and all of that shit, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, you know, niggas at a young age, nigga, you already know, niggas, kids are cruel. So shit, you gonna know that you ain't got shit. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't nobody else, and you ain't gotta think about it, nigga. The environment gonna let you know that you ain't got a goddamn thing. You know what I'm talking about, nigga? They gonna, every time a joke being cracked, it's gonna be on your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm talking about? So with that being said, I always wanted to get my own money. So boom, one day I get up, you know what I'm saying, I'm going outside, you know what I mean, and boom, I went to a school across town, so a bus used to have to come pick me up, you know what I'm talking about? So I'm sitting on the cut where everybody be hustling at, it's like 7, 8 in the morning. Boom, I'm looking up in the crack of the sidewalk, you know how the sidewalk split, it got that crack that split the boxes.
Yeah.
I'm looking in the crack of the sidewalk, boom, I got this stick, I'm sitting up there waiting on the bus, I'm flicking in the crack. and boom, some crack pop out that bitch like a dub rock.
Damn.
On blood. I mean, on everything, nigga. Boom. A dub flick up out that bitch. That bitch about this big. It probably was like a quarter. You know what I'm talking about? That had dried up to a dub. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It probably had been out there so long. But me being around, you know what I'm talking about, the neighborhood, you know what I mean? My nigga, all my niggas, you know what I'm saying, was selling work. Nigga, my partner, you know what I'm saying? My partners and them, you know what I mean? Smut, Ted, all these niggas, they selling work. So I knew what work was, because these niggas got it. These niggas selling it all day. You know what I mean? My nigga got a backpack full of crumbs.
Yeah.
Nigga, my nigga used to come home from junior high, nigga open his backpack up, nigga, and the dope fiends come running. He giving away all the crumbs in the bottom of his backpack. So, you know what I mean? That's when I sold my first rock. I flipped that dub out of that bitch. I held that dub all day. And I was probably in 4th grade, 5th grade. I think 5th grade. 5th grade. Yeah. 5th or 6th, right around 5th or 6th. Now I held that motherfucking rock all day through school and everything. When I got home, I couldn't wait to sell that motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? I just knew, because I knew it was work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't verify that shit or nothing. You know what I mean? I ain't have to walk up to nobody and say, man, this some crack. None of that shit, man. I knew that shit was some work. Now I got home, I sold that shit and bought me a motherfucking link basket from the kid's house.